Hey there, Leo. It's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. I was just shuffling and a card popped out, so I always plan on gonna meditate for like 5 minutes and shuffle and really get into the mindset, and the cards just start flying out. So I'm like, okay, I guess we're just winging it and going for it. But I'm a Sag. Two sevens right in a row. What I just got, it's kind of funny. Like, you just have I don't know what the right word is. I don't know why this is coming, like a smackdown. And not that you're like literally going to um, hit someone or something. I know smackdown doesn't probably mean that. I don't know. I'm old. It just came to me. But it's like you're just going to, and I think it's been a long time coming. So this isn't just like a um, overreaction or something. This is like something that has been coming for so long. And I feel like you're just going to so beautifully put some total jackass in their place. Like, you're just, I don't know. You're just going to, I'm getting the vision of Game of Thrones from this season where, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched all of Game of Thrones, where they're trying to pick a king and this guy stands up and he's just a bumbling idiot, and Sansa just says, "Uncle, please sit down." And like, because everyone's just like rolling their eyes, like just something like that, where it's just like someone who's needed, like in some way, and I don't know how it's going to play out for you guys, but in some way you're going to finally stick up for yourself, or address something you've been like trying to just not deal with. It's going to be dealt with, and bring about balance, because maybe it's something you really, I don't know why, because Leos aren't usually one to shy away um, from confrontation, but you will have it will be enough, and when you do address you'll feel very confident in addressing it because it was probably long overdue. It's like sometimes you can't save someone from themselves, you know what I mean? And it's like, man, I've been trying, like, I've been waiting for you to get it and you're just not going to. So I mean, you may even have to, some of you may have to fire someone to break up with someone, call someone out on something. You also may give someone enough rope to hang themselves, because there's this rope, this person that's just been misbehaving, and it's like, well, you, instead of trying to save them, maybe you're actually doing the opposite for some of you, and just throwing your hands up and saying, hey, I'm not gonna this is like defending someone, like, I'm not defending you anymore, and just letting them step in it, basically. And sometimes that's the only way people will learn. I mean, it could even be with a child. We have the Page of Wands, and maybe someone's really, um, you've been trying to help them, and they're just going to have to screw up to get it. Yeah, it's interesting. I just noticed the denial. Someone's been in whoa. Yeah, so I mean, for a small amount of you, there could be someone with an addiction, and maybe, I think it's Al-Anon. I don't know exactly what they teach you, but basically, like, don't, and like, you're gonna stop enabling. For some of you, it's a little more serious. You're gonna stop enabling, but for a lot of you, it's more minor lessons that someone needs to learn. And um, but it's interesting. In the middle, you have the Victory card. So, however you're handling a certain situation, you're going to be victorious. It's going to be successful. Maybe that's a better way, because it's not necessarily like you're trying to conquer this person, but you will successfully manage and handle the situation with skill and leadership, and you'll be recognized for it. So don't bite. If anyone's trying to pull you in or push your buttons, just make sure you stay calm. And I mean, look at her. She's just like, you think of like a judge, and the lawyers are all talking smack and trying to get everyone riled up and throwing accusations around and all this stuff. And the lawyer just sits there. It's like, I see what's going on, and gets to the truth and doesn't get sucked in emotionally. So staying detached, observing, watching how all the, everything lands and settles until you really see the truth, and then making a very calm, decisive decision. And don't jump into the fray. I see some of you also walking away from something too. I mean, this is a fire sign. This is you. It's like, this is messages, but this is newness, new things. And then we have the Fool, who's taking off. So maybe there's some stuff going on at work too, and it's just a big hot mess. Everyone's gossiping and talking and backstabbing. Sometimes the culture of the office, there's some offices that are really happy and some that just get toxic. And you're like just watching everyone, and you're behind the scenes, you're getting another job, and you're just going to be like, see ya. Like, and you're just out of there. And while everyone was busy doing all this other stuff, you were busy just keeping your head down, doing your work, making a good impression, not getting involved. And then maybe you get picked for management or picked for another job, or you just literally leave and find another job and are like never looking back. It's funny, we have Mr. and Mrs. King and Queen of Cups down here. And so, water does temper fire, and this, in their very good, best sense, goodest, I almost said goodest, these water signs, you may be feeling fired up about this or emotional about this situation, but you're approaching it with a real sense of maturity. And so these guys, they feel their emotions. They get, a scathing email from someone at work that's unwarranted. And instead of turning around and biting and firing back another snippy email, they're like, I'm going to sit on this. I'm going to sleep on it. I'm going to craft a completely unemotional response. I'm not going to bite. I'm going to have my sword friend or my Libra friend, or someone so an air sign would be a sword friend, if you're wondering. A Libra friend would be really good. I'm going to have someone that has no attachment to the situation, read it and strip any emotion out of it and respond and not bite. And that way you will stay above the fray, stay professional. This can be even in personal relationships, and be the bigger person. And it will just make the other person expose the other person's how sort of unprofessional or worked up they're being, and they're approaching it, from a place of emotion and not being objective enough to be able to really deal with it effectively. But I really like this Fool card, especially for a Leo. I'm a fellow fire sign. I mean, this is, and I get Leo is the fixed fire sign, isn't it? But I don't see you guys, weird. I don't see you guys as being fixed. I guess fire sign, for a fixed fire sign, is still um, a traveler. There's still movement, even in their fixedness. Is that, if that makes any sense? You're still open to change and moving forward. It's just less so than the Aries and the Sagittarius, but that fire energy is just a forward thinking, enthusiastic card of action. So the Fool to me is like the ultimate fire sign card, because you're taking a leap of faith, you're moving forward, you're just excited about something and going forward. You're also getting rid of baggage. Like, you maybe in the past, you historically would have really you'd have gotten right in it, right all in it, and all worked up and all into the competition and everything. And you're not doing that anymore. And it's going to really work for you. Like, you've really learned. So for some of you, maybe you were the younger kid and you used to get caught, and you caught up in things, and now you can say, hey, I've learned that lesson. Look how well I dealt with that. And you're really starting to see success from that wisdom you've gained from past experiences, where you would have fired off, speaking of fire signs, fired off that equally aggressive, unprofessional email to someone, and like, I'm gonna get you back. And you're not doing that anymore. It's like, I'm not getting involved, and I'm above that. He's way up here. I'm above that, and I'm just gonna keep moving forward with what's truly important to me and what I really need to worry about. And I'm not getting bogged down in those petty things. He's even stopping and smelling the roses. He's just like, I'm good, I'm chill. Some of you may go hiking. I mean, you have been struggling with this situation, but you're not letting it rule you. You're like these mature cup cards. You're tempering. You're dealing with it. So I love this Justice card. A Libra may be insignificant for you, but she's just, again, observe, take a step back, be victorious, and just keep moving forward, and not looking back at the pettiness. You're above that now. Okay, Leo, nice reading. Good job. I'll see you at the next video. Take care.